Hey, there you are. Welcome to Bind on Equip, episode 320 on the 7th of May, 2024. I'm Wemb, and with me as always is Tempest. Hey, Temp.
Hello.
How have you been? Wait. Let's talk about it in real life.
Did you answer the question of life? What are we doing here?
How have you been?
I'm really good, thanks.
I remembered to ask you this time.
I was going to say it anyway.
Real life has been dull. It's been quiet at work.
Oh, no excitement.
Sometimes it's harder when
No
it's
fun
quiet than when
stories?
it's busy. Because it just drags.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
No one wants that.
You don't want that.
I don't have that luxury at my work. It's never like that.
No.
Well, during COVID when we had two children
Sure.
for a 7.5-hour day, one of them a 3-year-old that didn't talk, that was long and boring.
I think COVID's got an asterisk next to it.
Sure.
Just quietly. We did go to the festival. No, not the festival.
The market? Yes.
Nearby.
The market was fun.
Not our usual one, a bigger one.
Yes, it
Some
was
would
a
say
lot big.
too big.
Some would say. But we did get the most amazing gluten-free calamari.
We did get
my God.
some
It
yum
was
calamari.
It was so good that the plague bringer went back and got that calamari, not
And
the
chips.
gluten.
And the chips were great too.
Yes. And he
And
chose
that
that
special
calamari.
salt, you know.
But there was regular calamari he could have had, but he had the gluten-free calamari. It was so good.
Both kinds of calamari were available. Normal and special.
And we, of course, had our yummy, oh my God, donuts.
Donuts.
Gluten-free donuts that are like your cinnamon-shaped donut, not your jam-filled.
No.
But they have flavoured...
Not your crappy Krispy Kreme neither.
No, light, fluffy, so good. And flavoured sugars. So, like, they've got a coffee one or a chocolate one or a choc mint. Oh, that's good. And Deddy likes the strawberry patch. I like there's a raspberry one that I prefer, but it was yum.
Good.
They're so fluffy.
The choc mint were good too.
They're all good. Cinnamon, good.
What about your week?
Well, as I mentioned last week, I had a big last week because I had 3 days of conferences in my week, which meant only 2 days of face-to-face contact with children. And the first conference on Tuesday was, let's just say it was put on by the wire. It was a lot of bullshit. The second conference, though, was on Thursday and Friday, and it was about women in leadership and advocating for women's rights. And I really loved that. It was right up my alley. And the only thing that brought that down was the fact that the reliever that I booked 5 weeks ago didn't turn up because she forgot the shift. And then on top of that, after poor Fee has spent her whole time running around trying to find where this person is and get it sorted instead of, setting up the room in her way and doing the induction for this person. So she was stressed, and then two parents carried on when she asked them to stay for less than 15 minutes until the reliever arrived. So just rude, really. And then the reliever, on top of all of that, complained that I had booked the shifts too long ago.
Too far in advance.
Which is why she forgot, clearly.
She hates organising herself. It's so hard.
Yeah. So, long story short, people suck.
I'm going to say if all you do is relieve, you want to get your booking in and your diarising correct.
Yeah. Well, I don't get to forget any
If that's
of my
your whole
shifts.
job is like...
I don't get to forget when I have to go to a conference. Like
if you don't have a job where it's like, got to be here at 9 o'clock every day, same place. If you're going to different places at different times, probably a little bit of organisation doesn't go astray.
probably something, in your phone where you check the night before, where am I going to be tomorrow in case I need to travel 30 minutes or...
Phones do that, can they?
Can they? Yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes away. Is it 5 minutes away? Is it 30 minutes away? Is it an 8:30 start? Is it a 9:15 start? Yeah.
Am I even working?
Am I working? Is it a day off? I might not start until 12 o'clock. Who knows?
Am I booked?
Probably one of those things you should check the night before. Anyway,
Anywho,
just our thoughts. Also, just in case you hadn't noticed, today was hair day. I expect
And it's
plenty of
it's
compliments on how amazing. No
on
haircut, because I'm growing my hair, but it's at that awkward length where it's not quite long enough and not quite short enough for my liking. But It always feels good after it.
As you can see, I've had the blonde redone. The bag stretched down under my eyes.
You don't.
I've got massive bags under my eyes.
You don't look like it. I'm looking at that screen and you don't look like... I can know what you're talking
terrible.
about. You don't look terrible.
It doesn't matter. It's what I am.
Don't put yourself down.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
You're talking about my husband. I don't like it.
It's just a fact.
Nope. Take it
How
back.
it is.
Stop it.
Let's see if there's anything we need to discuss.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Dear Blizzard,
Oh no.
I refer you to your recent introduction of Awakened Activities. Kudos to you. It's a fine, workable end of expansion set of activities. I wish to point out to you that 2/3 of the scheduled activities on your last hurrah weekly quest, both weeks, are on timers which are inconvenient for multiple character participation and are often at the same time. Not to tell you how to run your game, but perhaps these could be adjusted to shorter intervals and not at the same time. Gotta go. Regards to the family, Wemb.
And I did just want to add that double the time, if you doubled how often they appeared and put them on the o'clock and 1/2 and the other on the 1/4 and 1/4,
Yes.
so that you can plan your day to maximise your time in WoW.
I want to get in there.
Yeah, we want to do it on multiple tunes,
Yeah.
but it's so hard when you have to wait 2 hours for the next thing to come up, and you just never know when you're going to be, well, we tried to do the researchers. It's only on every 2 hours. And then we had 20 minutes to go, so we queued for the LFR, but then because the queue wait time, we got in and then we missed the researchers, so then we had to wait another 2 hours, and that doesn't work, and we can't do it on any of our alts in that time.
Yep.
So it's just like it should be every...
O'clock and 1/2.
Look, even if you just did it every
and
hour,
1/4.
and then the other one was 1/4
No,
past, at least
no.
every hour you could
Half
do
hour.
a different tune.
Half hour.
Well,
That
I'm
means
just
every
saying,
15 minutes you can go and do something else.
Yes, well, I'm saying
Anyway.
even if they did it every hour, we would be able to get through a lot more tunes, because we could do that one, then we could do the next one at the 15-minute mark, and then you could do the Farak or the other that's non-timed, and then you can do your LFRs or your mythics or whatever, your heroic, whatever you're up to, that kind of thing, and then you can swap to your alt ready for the next hour.
Yeah. We're not those kind of streamers. We don't kick for no reason. We like the stuff and we want to do more.
We are loving it. We love doing it. But we can't do it. Like, there's no point doing 2/3 of that quest. There's no rewards for that.
No.
So it just makes us sad and frustrated.
That's my chat. Let's move it into the news.
Have you heard the news?
Shouldn't have done that. So tomorrow, or right
Should have
now,
done what?
coughed.
Oh.
Depending on when you see this, the final chapter of Dragonflight, called Dark Heart, will have launched,
Woohoo!
setting the stage for the war within. There's an in-game cinematic to kick it off, which we've seen.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Yeah. Well,
It's pretty cool.
yeah. It was nice to see Khadgar doing something other than standing around waiting for us to save his ass.
Yeah.
And it was also nice to see Jaina not being a nice bitch.
There's those 3 expansions ago, let it go.
I have not. And I will not. I'm still very cranky about that.
No, I've got such a crush on her.
I know you have. Which is why you just let it go. I've got a crush on her. She's good looking, bad luck.
Is that why I let it go?
You also have forgiven Sylvanas, so most people have not.
Oh, I was thinking the other day, you know what they should have done? Because, look, we're all angry about Teldrassil. Okay, so we're all angry about Teldrassil.
Yes, but where's the redemption arc?
We kind of know that there was some scumbags that are no longer working for Blizzard, that painted the story makers into a bit of a corner with the old Teldrassil and Sylvanas.
Right. But there should have been a way out. There's always a way out.
Well, I was thinking, you know how I think it was in Legion, that everyone was saying Jaina was a dreadlord? Remember that?
Oh, but
And then
okay.
in one of the books they put out, if you looked up dreadlord, it said see Jaina. Anyway,
Told you she was
so
a bitch. Fast bitch.
what they should have done was lent into that Jaina is a dreadlord, and then Sylvanas should have gone on this rampage trying to get her and find out that she's a dreadlord and capturing her, only to reveal that she, Sylvanas, was a dreadlord the whole time.
And
And then we could have done a whole series of quests to
Unbundle
find and save Sylvanas, and then it wouldn't have been her that did this horrible thing
would have been a dreadlord.
because she's very popular.
yes.
And
Yeah.
people didn't like that they made her such a baddie.
Yeah. We were all hoping for the reveal that it wasn't really her.
But it was, well, they went for the old, oh, she was mind controlled, but no, come on, not good enough.
Anyway.
Anywho, so yeah, nice cinematic. There'll be a part 2 to that, I reckon. Yep.
The Lights Heart cinematic from Legion, which also features Khadgar, was in the same room in Dalaran. So that's kind of cool.
Very cool. So Illyria Windrunners come to help.
Note,
Find-
whoever noticed that. Not me. I wouldn't have noticed, but anyway.
Lights Heart, Dark Heart. It's kind of
see.
bookends.
Right.
It's not, they're not really connected so much, but you know. So Illyria's come to help find a powerful relic called the Dark Heart, held by a mysterious figure known as the Harbinger. Who could that be?
Also, I think it's funny that she gives Khadgar some sass. What? You want me to go and chase after someone that we don't know who it is? It's all powerful. It's got a relic that we don't know what it does. Oh, sure.
I think it's funny that Khadgar's so awkward that he keeps saying uncomfortable things to her.
I actually see myself in Khadgar in those moments. That'd be something I would do. That's kind
Sorry.
How's your husband?
I didn't mean,
Anyway.
So also, all the Dragonflight quests that needed renown levels to unlock are now available to everyone regardless of renown. If you've got ults coming through.
How would I know
Well, you won't
which ones
now.
they are? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
There's also Troll and Draenei Heritage Armour and the quests that come with that, which are quite fun.
Right.
Usually take about 20 minutes, half an hour to do those quest chains. We'll probably do them. We might stream them.
We should do the troll
They're a
one
bit of
because
fun.
I've got Hoochie Mama. Well, she's not Hoochie Mama anymore.
Sure will be soon. There are 6 new Kulturan hair colours.
Hair
Feel like
colours.
that kind of thing?
Purple?
6. Could be. Don't know.
I mean, I don't like Kulturan, so that's a problem. But
Why not?
I'm not going to play one of them.
They're chonks.
They're Alliance.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Whatever.
You were Alliance once.
No, for a very long. Not since Wrath.
Wrath.
Yeah.
When we tried a funny experiment. And here we are.
320 episodes ago.
Yeah. The Hello Fall zone was also released in the
Sweet
alpha this week, the 3rd zone. Everyone's flipping out about how it's the most
Yes.
amazing zone they've ever seen.
Gosh,
I
we were
had 2 more streamers say it today.
we were watching Telly and Evertel, and mate, he could not have
He was
been
raving.
more excited.
Yep. Well, I listened to the Starting Zone podcast today, and one of the guys on there said that he had heard everyone saying that it was the best zone ever in WoW, and he said, I hate to be the one to jump on the bandwagon, but they're right. I can't argue with it.
Because
It's amazing.
when someone's built up the hype so much,
Yeah, the
it's-
bar goes up and you go,
Yes.
"Meh."
and then you get in there and you go, oh, it's all right.
Yeah. And people are raving about how crazy and cool the dungeons are too.
Oh, that's exciting.
The one on the ship sounds mad.
Yes, Telly was funny. It was
yeah.
like this and it was like that, and it sounds crazy. And it's bad and it's overwhelming.
It's
and
the
it's this,
worst
and
one
then
he's
he
ever
goes-
done and
and
his
he goes,
absolute favourite.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the worst one I've ever done, but also it's the best.
So obviously-
very entertaining this week. Telly
Yes.
was, and Telly and Evertel in their podcast.
Yes.
They
There's
call
also,
it a podcast, so I think we can still call it a podcast.
well, they put it out as a podcast as well as on YouTube.
Well, that's just because you're slack.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that.
We can't even get Instagram, so you know.
That's right. And also in a week, next Thursday.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
We didn't share with everyone here. When we went to the market. We went with Princess Plaguebringer and the wee baby Theo. Hello, Bubba.
Hey, Bubba.
Hello, Bubba. And his favourite new trick is to blow raspberries. So for an hour, he's blowing raspberries in his pram, and we think that the reason he's doing it so much, well, apart from the fact that we all think it's hilarious because he goes bright red in his face with the effort to do it, is that Princess, while probably thinking it was cute the first
100 times,
is now going, yeah, he does it all day long, every day.
She's ecstatic about it.
And I think he knows. I think he can sense it.
We'll be able to chat to her about it when we stream some pandemonium.
Yeah. So she can tell us all his latest tricks. But
so that's what I was going to say. In a week's time, on the Thursday, worldwide release of the WoW remix Mists of Pandaria, which we're calling Pandemonium, event. And we'll talk more about that when we get into it.
Well, I don't even understand why it's not in there. It's Pandemonium.
Should be. It was a great name.
Yeah. Opportunity missed, Blizzard.
Well, they did call it that, and then they changed it.
Yeah, why?
You know, if you could find the time to like and subscribe on YouTube, and you can do it right now while I'm reading this, that would really help us out. I don't want to beg, but I'm begging you. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have subscribed, say to someone, hey, did you know that...
Have you checked this out?
You know that Bind on Equip is back?
Did you hear them talking about you being tin-ass donkey?
And when you're playing, when you're in your guild, you could go, you reckon you don't know anything about WoW, you should listen to Bind on Equip.
They're nutters.
Because they don't know shit. Anyway.
They don't know Jack.
What about the socials, Temp?
Yes.
I might just...
I feel something's deleted as I speak. YouTube, you can follow us on YouTube at Bind and Equip WoW, which if you're subscribing, you'll know because it comes out. You get an alert. You can follow us on Twitter.
You don't get an alert unless you've done the bell. And I'm not even going to ask you to do the bell because I don't do the bell.
Oh, really? I would have thought that if
the bell.
Oh, okay. All right.
And tell me when to watch stuff.
Right. No, but it's like an alert to let you know there is one.
That's what your subscriber tab's for. You go subscribers.
Yeah, but how do you know? Like they wouldn't have known when we went live randomly and surprisingly on the weekend.
Anyway.
Twitter at bindandequip.wow and Facebook at bindandequip. And we've had
not .wow in Twitter.
No, not .wow. No.
Not .wow in
Facebook.
YouTube. No. You said Twitter at bindandequip.wow.
Oh, not .wow. Just bindandequip.wow. And YouTube bindandequip.wow. And Facebook bindandequip.
So Conti reminded me because we talked about how long since I tanked.
Did we talk about it on the podcast or did we talk about it on the stream? It's getting very
possibly
confusing.
Both.
Okay. Anyway, I don't think it was on the podcast, the tanking.
Yeah. Because we'll get into that in a minute. So he said that I tanked Warlords with him on his paladin and me on my monk.
Don't take it personally, Conti. We're terrible at
I didn't forget.
stuff.
I just was trying to remember if I'd done it since then.
I've been a mage for a very long time. That's probably lucky. If I'd changed during the expansions, I wouldn't know when I'd done what. Anyway.
Snowy enjoyed our bridge hitting story from my workmate. He said he loves a good Monty story, but Napier will have to do as a tide me over fix for now.
For those of you that are on Facebook, you can actually follow the Montague Street Bridge and see whenever it's hit. Worth a follow.
I'm not sure if there's a Napier one. It doesn't get hit very much.
No, but funny. The Monty one is funny because if you I don't know, if you meet the algorithm and get notified, you'll get notification just about almost every week.
And he wanted to know if the guilty driver came back to the yard and got lots of comments like, I drive on the streets because she's my companion. I don't ever want to feel like I did that day, which is Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge.
I don't want to feel... Right, sure.
And from our stream the other day of the Mythic Zeros, where you said you wore Baby Theo's hat at the market, Snowy said, true. Temp is famous for her tiny head.
It is true. I do have a teeny tiny head.
Who doesn't love a little head?
Yes, so just to fill out that story, Plaguebringer said, well, how small could your head possibly be? And I said I could fit in...
Because you were looking for
a beanie.
Beanie.
For the winter. And I can't buy them commercially made because they're too big. They're all too big and they end up like this. And I said I could put Baby Theo's hat on, and he said you could not. And I put it on, and Theo's baby ear flaps came down to the bottom of my ears. So,
sad.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny head.
That is what it is. I
Another
also
half to that.
received some, let's call it feedback from the ever lovely Chol, who is not happy about our spider chat
Is he watching?
ever. I don't know. I think he might have.
Hey, Lurker, leave us a comment.
Well, he did. He sent me a response and said, no, he definitely did not want crabs.
Did you ask him if he left Twitter?
Oh, no, I didn't. And that I can consider myself talked to. We also had a response from Conti about his plans for the weekend, which I put out on Facebook, just asking what the people were doing and saying what we were hoping to get into. And he talked about being brave to face LFR. So also someone else who's not had the amazing experience that we've had in
We haven't had
LFR.
amazing experience. We just like laughing at people.
No, we had good times.
Yeah, I've got a theory about that down below.
We had a really good time. Kai's had a terrible time where he just, in the end, he just went, I'm not staying. Like, it was that bad. And Conti's had such bad experiences. He only goes if he's feeling brave. Thanks for all the likes. And remember, likes don't get us traction. And
Likes
other
do get us
people,
traction.
they don't see it as much. So
They contribute to the
please,
algorithm.
Not as much.
Give us a like.
Not as much. So while we appreciate the likes, we'd also love a comment.
Just click the like.
If
you hate it-
not necessarily YouTube, but like on Facebook and on Twitter, lots of people liking our stuff. But if a comment every now and then just gets better viewage. Draws more viewage is a disgusting word. Draws more attention. Anyway,
Shall we take it?
moving in game finally.
In game?
Sure.
Let's do that. Our raid progress, crazy train. We only had 90 minutes per night because someone has an early bedtime.
And someone else went to South Africa
Yes,
or Africa.
but did a nice
Wherever.
normal clear of Aberystwyth with a noob tank that hasn't tanked the fights. And
Ever.
we also did the first boss of Heroics.
Yes.
So that was
and,
nice.
And you managed
We
to
had a
pick
little-
up both pieces of loot off the
Off the
heroic
heroic.
boss.
Sweet.
How's your roll? Haven't rolled and won
I didn't
on
get anything
anything.
else all night. Yeah.
And then got the 2-bit 502s or something they were.
So our main's gear, as a result, my main is rocking 495 at the moment, which I'm pretty happy with.
Yes, I'm less happy because I was very excited to be at 494 and beating Wem finally on he was on 493, and then that thing happened, and now I'm 494 and he's 495.
Still very early on.
The best part is, so we went into the raid last night, and Kai suddenly announces, "What have you been doing? Look at your eye level," to the whole raid. And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Your eye level's like massive." And I go, "Well, but we've been working hard to do that. It's the same. We've been putting the same amount of effort in, but now there's like reward for the work. It's not a luck thing. So I'm not like I have not had for 2 expansions. I've not been getting drops out of raids. So when I can actually work and get gear, then I can improve my gear." So
I also pointed out that we're at the stage where skill doesn't come into it, so we're on a winner.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we worked hard,
we
and
did
I
work
actually
hard.
deserve to have that. So in our
Absolutely.
raid group last night, I had the second highest gear. Now Wem has overtaken that. It's just rude.
1 point.
Yeah.
Any
Hopefully I'll get a really good piece
interesting
of
weekly
gear.
quests? Refer to the discussion above
Yes, dear
for my
Blizzard.
thought on the weekly quests.
No, I had a good time. I like doing
Yeah,
the
it's
weekly
fun.
quests.
I
It's
just wish
fun,
we could
but
do more.
We only got through 2 toons this week. It was particularly hard this week.
Yeah.
It seemed worse than last week.
Well, when you're waiting for the top
but
of
even
the
last
hour-
week we only got through 3. Whereas
You wait for the top of the hour, you do 1 or 2 things, and then you go, "Oh, we'll come back in an hour," and you go and
you
do
get
some
distracted
washing
by
or do
real
some
life. Yeah.
weekend stuff.
Yeah.
And then the next time you look at your watch, it's like, 10 past.
Oh, it's too late. I've
That's
missed
gone,
it.
yeah.
And that's the other thing. When they're over so quickly, so it's not like you can be a little bit late. They're literally over within a few minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's the other part of it.
So
being tricky.
now that the Emerald Dream is back in the rotation, we'll
Yes,
probably
we'll
be
out
there this week.
I wonder what we'll have to do because there weren't 3 things to do out there.
There are.
Plant a seed,
There'll be seeds. There'll be
Do
the dream walk thing.
Yes, that was it. And it was rotating before. So what?
But
was
the
that
other
on?
weeks there's been something. There's been one thing on Azeroth and two in the other zones. Well, the
Wow.
Azeroth, not Azeroth, Dragon Isles.
Okay.
So there might be a
Maybe
Dragon
something
Isles
else.
thing.
Maybe a soup.
Because last week we did Suffusion Camp and
Yes,
two
you're right. So
two
there'll be something.
underground.
Oh, maybe it'll be the storms.
Could be. You know,
There's
or the other thing, the
chance out there.
Dream Surge.
No, that's
Why?
Frack is part of the Dream Surge, isn't it?
No?
Oh,
I don't know.
well, I just think that's a bit of
Anyway.
a nothing. Anyway,
Mythics, we actually streamed our Mythics this week, which was good.
yep.
It was a much better week for enjoying them.
Yes.
We threw the keys away, belted out some zeros because we figured there's more loot drop, and it's only at 3 eye levels lower than a 2 key, which is what we had. And we sort of felt like we wanted to build up the base of our gear as quick as we could.
Yeah. It was fun this week. The mythics at level 0 were fun, still challenging, and some of the mechanics seem to be a little different, or wired at least a little differently. They're playing out differently. Bosses we've never had trouble on before, we're having to work through, and others that we used to dread are a walk in the park. So it's that interesting thing of, I know how this goes, but then it doesn't play out the way it used to play. So just relearning that, the new technical aspects of that.
Yeah.
But it was really good fun getting back to this expansion's dungeons as well, because I feel like we didn't spend as much time as in past expansions as what we have in these ones. So it's nice to get back and just refamiliarise ourselves with those.
Yep.
So I think we did 5 in the end, because we did 4 and 1. Yes, 5.
LFRs, we only had time to do LFR in our mains.
And yes, stupid bloody quest.
And we got minimal pieces. Nothing really to report. I think the problem is a lot of good players seem to be smashing them out to get their bullion. So the fun stuff doesn't seem to happen as much.
Interesting this week, I think a lot of people smashing out to get their bullion, and we got to spent our first one because it was week 2, so there were two pieces of bullion. So we actually did get to spend one of those, so I got to get rid of my lowest piece, which was fun. Wemb is busy typing rather than talking.
Leap Player of the Week. We did do one wing of LFR where the tank was running it like a time walker to the boss, but not bothering to accumulate aggro, so that was fun.
He was
the Leap Player of the Week.
He was an idiot. I wish we'd kept his name, actually, because he literally just ran through everything in a raid to the boss. So just a total nutter. And of course he couldn't keep aggro on any of it. And then when the healers tried to heal him, they started dying. Oh, that was very chaotic. Anyway, I've got some words of wisdom to leave us with. I feel like the week and the world we live in needs it. In a world full of selfish assholes, be the kind one, be the person leading the change for good and social justice.
Interesting. All right, we've come to the end of another episode of Buy None Equip.
Have we now?
Now is the time to unlike if you've changed your mind. Otherwise, smash the like.
Smash it.
Thanks, mate.
And also, put in a comment because you've watched the whole episode. So, comments about my hair, welcome.
Have you got this far?
Thanks. How long? What do we get? What's our time?
What are we looking at? We're looking at, we've hit the 30.
Oh, snack size.
Well, snack size is what we want.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm
We
good
want,
with the snack
we want
size.
30 to 45.
When if it's 30, I put snack size out. If it's 45, I go, whoa, long episode.
Oh, so much. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. Until next time, I'm Wembley.
I'm Tempest.
Half out.
See
See you
ya.
guys.